Chaz Bono and Genital Kova are names that people can cite and recognize when thinking of trans issues. But beyond TV screens and celebrity trans folk, there are entire communities of trans individuals and trans rights activists. Calgary's no different. Sasha Krioutchkova reports.
This is the first trans-specific celebration that has happened in Calgary, so thank you for coming. You've all made history tonight.
And thus began Transcend, a celebration of trans identity and a fundraiser for TESSA, the Trans Equality Society of Alberta. The trans community in this province has faced a number of challenges in recent years, including healthcare funding cuts for surgeries and new airport legislation that can severely impact the ability of visibly trans persons to travel both within Canada and abroad. TESSA was created specifically to advocate for and educate about the trans community in light of these events. Their newly elected president, Brianne Langell, is eager for a positive outlook amidst the political battles.
I hope that this opens some people's minds, people that maybe just saw the trans community as just negative and always just fighting all the time. I'm hoping that opens people's eyes to see that the end goal is to have celebrations all the time, to be proud of who you are, no matter what orientation, what gender identity, what gender expression.
A performer at the event echoed the diversity of pride that Langell talked about. One of Emma's parents is intersex.
I don't know what I would do without him. It doesn't matter if he's a guy or a girl or anything. If he wears a dress or anything, like I couldn't have a better dad. Like whether her name's Monica or anything, like she's the best dad I could ever have.
Of course, it's hard to stay focused on the party when there's so much political ground left to cover. So in between drumming up enthusiasm on stage, the MC, James Demers, shared how the event tied into trans rights for him.
A lot of people, healthcare providers in the government, have just assumed we're this small minority that's not willing to fight for ourselves, and I think that's why we're so easily marginalized. So I think that it's important that we show that we are visible and not ashamed of who we are, and events like this show that we can actually come together and create community.
Demers wasn't the only one to be aware of the struggle. Denise Two-Spirit Sagewalker made the global connections.
There has been so much work worldwide getting the message out that we are not freaks. We are human beings with beautiful hearts, and we wish to change the world for the better.
Among global inspirations for this change, performers cited Cher, Hillary Clinton, and Ban Ki-moon. Meanwhile, in Calgary, Transcend continued, raising funds for TESSA to speak for, be witness to, and celebrate the trans rights and identities of Albertans. For NUTV, this is Sasha Krioutchkova.